Good day, everyone. My name is Sankalp, and this semester I'll be taking studio titled Detailing and Communicating Architecture, a Step Towards Constructive Mind. I will be assisted in this studio by Neil Jain. As you know that the focus of the studio or the unit is about constructing and specifying. Therefore, a large component of our inquiry would be in the process of making models which would help us in order to understand the nature of the forces that is working in a structural system or in a building, the process of trying to introduce material into the structural system, as well as construction processes. Once we are able to do all of this, then we would be getting into producing technical drawings, which would be useful for someone to be able to refer it and use it in construction. So the learning outcomes are to be able to generate structural system, to test structural behavior, to design a detailed communicating informed meaning, to coordinate relationship between form structure and program, to choose material appropriate for a given design task, to take informed choices about type of drawings for making, and to systematically and sequentially organize technical information and produce a set of technical drawing and specification appropriate for site execution. So you can see that largely we'll be focusing on making model and technical drawing while working in this studio. This studio will partly be on campus and partly be online. So once a week we'll be meeting on campus and rest of the time we'll be working online. So what do we expect when we are imagining this studio? And so from the perspective of drawing and specifically the purpose of it is that others can refer and execute it in our absence. This is the part of the studio which deals with students' ability to produce construction drawing. Then express space as an outcome of articulation of details. Some of the images for you to refer to, or some of the expectations from you guys. Then we expect to make models and prototype, to visualize and articulate force in the presence of materials. So on the right are right from the structural system trying to articulate force, you see progressively different scales of models in order to express architecture. Then resolve a detail. So we'll be going fully into part by part, trying to work out detail at least at a scale of 1:10, 1:20. And in some cases, we might go for 1:1 scale. We will be focusing on sequencing the construction process because you know that one of the ability that we are looking for or trying to build in this studio is ability to visualize construction process. And I'm using this term visualize very carefully because unless until we do not have ability to visualize, it becomes very difficult for us to plan construction process. And therefore, one of the purpose of making model is to ensure that there is a visualization while producing construction drawing or while making models. Then we will be also focusing on making jigs in order to make some of the components. Then we'll express program and form as a seamless relationship of space and structure. So on the right side, you see some of the images done by the last batch. So you see that how the structural system has been introduced in the program and what is the expression that is coming out of it. As far as the quality of drawings are concerned, we should clearly draw and drawings should preferably be three-dimensional. We'll be making drawing which talks about the manner in which you can assemble various parts. Then drawing that expresses detail. So if you look at some of the drawings, they're trying to show how they're coming together, and when they come together, what is the kind of language that it's trying to express. Then drawing as an assembly of parts, drawing specifying material and finishes. Then we'll be able to produce basic technical drawings, center line and other dimensioning, etc., both plans and sections. Then we'll be detailing toilets and staircases. We should be able to make a well-composed and systematic drawing. Now, if you look at some of the examples, then look at the quality of model on the left and the views on the right. So you see that there is equal emphasis on trying to make a model as well as trying to produce drawings, not only which supports in terms of dimensioning, etc., for the construction, but also a drawing that sort of expresses it three-dimensionally. And so you look at the quality of renders that we are expecting in this studio. Then models that speak about force and its articulation. So if you look at these models, then there are small parts which come together that has been assembled, and you look at the tension member which are stressed and the compression member above. So you see that very clearly you'll be able to identify and distinguish the way in which this articulation is working with respect to braking forces. And some more examples of expected model quality to express details. So this is an example in which the part has been 3D printed, and there are timber members, and then you see that the bamboo is acting as a strut, and that's how the member has been worked out. Some of the earlier works of our students to express details. So you see that right from 17 batch, 16 batch, and again 17 batch, they have been working this persistently in trying to make it better and better. So here's some of the outputs of the student. Some more attempts. So eventually, when we are talking about this studio, we are very much interested in the final resolution in terms of space, which means that definitely detail has a role in trying to express space, and we want to see it in some way realized in the program. Your evaluation and grading criteria would be systematic and logical ability to deal with studio problem, consistency of work, well-made model, analytical drawing, articulation and expression in detail, and produce technically correct drawing. Thank you.